Hey everybody, welcome, and I'm glad that you're still here with me. This is going to be a reading video. We haven't done anything like this before, but we want to know if you think it helps you understand what you're reading and improves your overall reading ability, even beyond the CELPIP exam. So, I'd like you guys to give me your feedback after watching the video. Your comments so far have been very valuable, and we'll use them to decide if we should make another video like this or not. And in my view, this might be more suitable for those who struggle in the reading portion of the test because I will read together with you sentence by sentence and explain what it means. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed to our channel yet, you can click subscribe now and you'll get notified when we post new videos. Let's have a look at our reading. It's not overly long, but before I begin, feel free to pause the video and read it once at your own pace. Then you can resume the video and we'll start reading together. You can fast forward about 20 seconds. There is a timer above the passage to tell you when it will switch to the next screen. Let's begin. I'm going to read one sentence at a time. It is hard to think of an area of science more controversial than the genetics of intelligence. That means the area of science that's the most controversial is probably the genetics of intelligence. It's hard to think of another area. And now, it's about to get exponentially more contentious. Contentious has the same meaning as controversial, so the author is saying that now it's going to get a lot more controversial. Why? Let's read on. For a long time, DNA testing couldn't tell us anything useful about someone's IQ or any other traits affected by multiple genes such as diabetes or cancer risk. Which means until now, DNA testing only tells us a certain amount of information, but that's not enough to give us an idea about the baby's IQ or other traits that are affected by multiple genes. And they give us the example of diabetes and cancer risk. So these two conditions are affected by multiple genes. But new polygenic techniques for analyzing many genetics regions at once have begun to make this possible. Now they've come up with new techniques. With these new techniques, they can do things that were not possible before, and this has started something new. This week, we'll report on the first company offering fertility clinics a test for screening IVF embryos for disease risk and low intelligence. IVF stands for in vitro fertilization. Basically, that is a fertilization process that happens outside the body. In case of a woman, then it's outside the woman's womb. The writer is reporting on a company that's offering this new test. The new test will allow potential parents to check if embryos carry disease risk or low intelligence risk. With this news, it's unlikely to be long before some clinic somewhere starts using a similar approach to offer prospective parents the ability to pick out embryos that look most genetically promising for a high IQ. It's unlikely to be long, which means this is going to happen soon, where a clinic or maybe a doctor somewhere will start using a similar approach to give parents the ability to choose embryos that will develop into smart babies when they were born. As if this isn't controversial enough, it may only be the beginning. So this is already controversial, but it's gonna get even more controversial. As our understanding of traits governed by multiple genes grows, it may also become possible to screen for embryos that are more or less likely to have a range of other features, be it sexuality, autism, or susceptibility to depression. So as scientists understand the subject more, it may become possible to, again, check for embryos that are more or less likely to carry certain characteristics. It could be characteristics related to sexuality or risks of autism or the likelihood of developing depression in the baby's adulthood in the future. We already live in a world where wealthy individuals are willing to cross borders to pay for procedures at the sharpest edge of fertility research. Now, we're living in a world where rich people are willing to travel to other countries and spend a lot of money to have access to these procedures that are using the best, the latest technology in fertility research. The first baby created using a particular 3-parent technique was born 2 years ago to Jordanian parents helped by US scientists working in Mexico, for example. Now we're given an example of this new technology. A baby was created, a baby was born using a 3-parent technique. While many prospective parents would want to genetically fine-tune their children this way, the idea of a near-designer baby will undoubtedly appeal to some. The writer is saying that most parents probably don't want this. They don't want to fine-tune or customize their children this way. But the writer believes that this possibility will for sure attract some people. The desire to maximize a future child's intelligence, mental health, or physical attractiveness could be enough to prompt couples with no fertility problems to seek IVF just to have this opportunity. What he's saying is, even parents who don't have fertility problems would be tempted to try this. Why? Because they want to have children that are smart, healthy, good looking. So those are good enough reasons for even normal healthy parents to give IVF a try. It might sound unlikely, but reproductive technologies designed to avoid medical conditions are already being used to find out more about our future children. So some people might not believe it, but actually today we have these reproductive technologies that we use to avoid certain medical conditions in children. A different kind of test used to detect Down syndrome during pregnancy is being used in private clinics to discern the sex of a baby very early in pregnancy. Apparently, this test to detect Down syndrome also has another use. It can tell the gender of a baby early in the pregnancy compared to maybe the traditional method of, let's say, an ultrasound. Concerns have been raised that this practice gives people more of a chance to opt for abortions on the basis of gender, although we don't yet know to what extent the test is being used in this way, if at all. Apparently, some people are concerned. They are worried that this technology will encourage some people to go for an abortion if the baby doesn't have the gender that the parents want. But the writer is saying they don't know how common this is, or if parents are actually using this technology to make that decision of having an abortion or not. That's why he used that phrase, if at all, in the end. Thank you all for watching, and again, please share your thoughts on this video, hit like and subscribe if you think it's useful. Goodbye.